welcome to my kitchen. It has been an absolutely crazy week with all the snow and below zero temperatures and highs in the teens. So just dealing with the farm animals has been pretty much a full-time job. But tonight I'm going to show you how to mix up an overnight sourdough loaf. I'm thinking about putting inclusions in this one, but I won't have to deal with that until tomorrow morning. So let's get started. So this is Fred. I know you guys haven't seen him in a while. Life got really busy back around Christmas, so I I put him in hibernation, and he's just been dormant. I've not been messing with him. So I pulled him back out last week, rehydrated him, got him going again, and I've already baked with him some. We've made a few discard things, plus I baked with him yesterday. So I fed him 7 hours ago, and as you can see, he has doubled. So we are going to get an overnight loaf. I'm actually going to mix up 2 loaves. I told my neighbor I would drop them off some too. So what I'm going to do is I want about a cup of starter. Normally I would do like a half a cup of starter if I was doing a single loaf, but since I'm doing 2, and it's probably going to take almost everything I've got in this jar. Yep. Okay. Take my wooden spoon here. Okay. There we go. Now, as you can see, there's not much in here, but this, I will be able to mix this up and it will be ready to use again tomorrow, or I'll probably put it in the fridge, let him hibernate for a day or 2 and start again on Monday. Do not throw this out. We're going to use this and restart it. So I'm going to take my cup of sourdough here. Come on, Fred, get out. Now remember, don't use metal utensils unless you have to. I mean, you can, but I prefer not to. I like glass and wood. Just for the mixing. When I'm baking, I'll use metal. So there's Fred. Now I've got a cup of filtered room temperature water, and I'm just going to put this right in. Just like that, and start mixing. You want that to kind of dissolve all together. Come here, get down in there, Fred. All right, see how it's a nice creamy milky color, and it's pretty much, it's all dissolved. Like, you can't really see any lumps in there. That's what you want. Okay, let me move that out of the way. Now, I want to take, so I'm doing a double loaf. I'm going to have to get some more flour out. I'm doing a double loaf, so I'll need 6 cups of flour. Not 6. Why did I say 6? I meant 4. 4 cups of flour. Ignore me. My brain is not working. That's 2. 3. Okay. Hold on. I gotta go grab some more flour. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. Now I'm gonna finish filling this scoop up. Alright, that's 4. Just get this. I know a lot of people are going to tell you you have to have scales and you have to weigh everything. You don't. So we're just going to mix this together to get a shaggy dough consistency going here. Okay. Now I like to get in here with my hand. Actually, before I do that, I'm going to get just a tiny bit more water here in my measuring cup in case I need it. Okay. So, and now I'm going to take, I've got it like it's a very floury consistency. Got a teaspoon and a half of salt. And I want to just start working that in. And you want this shaggy. Let your dough, like this is just a tiny bit dry, so I'm going to add a little bit more water to it. I know a lot of people, they want exact measurements, but I've never cooked with exact measurements in my life. I figure if our great-great-grandmothers could keep it alive back in the day, we can do it today. So we're just gonna make this a shaggy mess, bring it all together, and then I will cover it and we'll let it sit for an hour before I start my stretch and folds. So I'm going to keep working this and then we'll be back. Now that I've got this shaggy, see how shaggy that is? The shaggy dough consistency. It's very, excuse me, I've got a frog in my throat tonight or something. All right. Now I'm going to cover it and just let it sit for at least an hour before I start stretch and folds. This is one of the easiest loaves I've ever made. I started the night before. You know, I'll feed it 7 hours before I know I'm going to start my dough. I'll do a couple of sets of stretch and folds. I'll get that out here in a minute. Then I just cover it and I leave it sitting in my kitchen overnight. And the next morning it is ready to shape up if you're going to add any inclusions, which I am thinking about cheddar and bacon in this loaf. I'll do all of that in the morning. And then I will let it sit for another hour to 2 hours after I do the inclusions and the shaping before I bake it. So we're going to let this sit. We will be back in an hour to start stretch and folds. Okay, I'm going to start my stretch and folds here. I'm going to do several sets of these, and you just want to pull up your dough and turn it over. We left it pretty shaggy, so this is just going to help build structure. And a lot of people only do this 4 times right now, but I do it 6 to 8, sometimes 10 times just to get it all mixed together, and it'll start making your dough all soft and bringing it together. I'm just going to cover this up. I'll let this sit for another hour and come and do another set of stretch and folds. So now I'm going to do my last set of stretch and folds, but first I want to wash my bowl out. So I'm going to take my dough. It's sticky. You might want to have damp hands to do this. I'm going to take my dough out. I'll sit it on my wrap. I'm going to wash this and then we'll be right back. Right, my bowl is clean. I'm going to get my dough back here. Now you can do coil folds or you can do stretch and folds. See how that dough is already getting very elasticy. All right, I'm just going to kind of stretch, fold it here. All right, I've got all my stretch and folds done. I'm going to cover this. And now this I will leave it sitting until tomorrow. So it's going to sit out at room temperature just so the natural yeast can do its job and it can start to raise. I'll see you tomorrow morning. Welcome back to my kitchen. It has been about 16 hours. It's very cold outside. The weatherman said we got down to a low of minus 22 last night for our area, and not too far from us, just a couple of miles, they got down to minus 27. So it is cold, and it has taken Fred a while to do his thing. As you can see, he's nice and jiggly and beautiful, and he's got some bubbles in there. So what we are going to do, I've cubed up some cheddar. I just wanted little pieces, so I just made little cubes. And I've fried up and cut up some bacon here. So now let's get to work on putting these loaves together. I'm going to make some space first. It's got that tangy smell. I had him sitting in front of the stove, so he might be just a little warmer than I wanted, but it's not bad. He's still got he's got a real nice feel to him. All right, I'm going to cut this in half. Let's see here. So you out of the way, and then I'm just gonna pull this out and stretch it out. Oh, these are gonna be a nice loaf. So now I'm just gonna take some of my cheese here all over the bread. I want these inclusions spread through the loaf. Now everyone does their inclusions different. Some people put them in when they're first making the bread. I like to do them after I've got the dough bulk ferment taken care of. Now I'm just going to sprinkle some bacon in here. And then I'm going to start, let me see here. I'm going to fold it over this way. Do a little bit more cheese through here. Just a little bit, not a whole lot. A little bit of bacon. I'm making 2 loaves, so we're going to keep one and then share one with a neighbor. Put this part over here. Bit and a little bit more bacon here, or not bacon, cheese, not bacon. I'll get my words out here in a minute. Now we're going to put some bacon in there, just a little bit. Now I'm going to start rolling this up, and you can always just pick back up whatever tries to fall out. Now you want to be careful when you do this because you don't want to tear through your dough. Okay, let me see if I can actually reposition my camera so you can see me working the dough a little bit. Okay, so here's my dough ball. I'm just going to take and pull it back to me very gently, putting tension on that. Just kind of, if you see any places that are trying to come out, just kind of pinch them together. Now I'm just going to give it a little roll and a press. Now I don't have a banneton, so I'm going to just be using my baking dish. And I just pulled these out of the dryer, so they're all tangled together. So I've got a kitchen towel here, a clean one, not a terry cloth towel. You don't want that. Let me slide you over out of the way. So I'm just putting this down in here. Now I'm going to dust it with flour. Okay, we're going to put this seam side up. Just kind of give it a good little, make sure those edges are pinched together nice and well. You don't want it all coming out here. Okay, and then I'm just going to carefully dust this side too. Now I'm going to cover, and I will let this sit for, well, it's still pretty cold in here, so probably closer to 2 hours. We're just going to set this in a warm spot to let it get its shape before we come back, score it, and get it ready to go in the oven. All right, I'm going to start my next loaf. I'm going to be doing a free bake, which means I'm just going to place the bread on a baking sheet. So what I need to do is I'm preheating my oven to 400, and I've got this cake pan that I filled with water, and I'm going to put it in there to create steam so that when we bake it can steam the bread. I've got my oven preheating. I want to take my baking sheet here, and I'm just going to, if I can get my container open, put a light dusting of flour so the bread doesn't stick. I'm going to set this over here out of the way. I'm going to unwrap my bread. It does need a little bit of pinching right there. Look at that, isn't she beautiful? Set it on the tray. Look at that nice roll. All right, let me get the other loaf here. I'm just pinching these edges back together just a little bit where they came apart. Now I'm going to get this one out. You want to take just a little bit of flour here to help give it contrast when it bakes. Just lightly over the top, and then I would kind of like to smooth it down just a little bit, just like that. This is my kitchen use only, so it's never done anything else to get out of the package. It's only for dough. I'm just gonna score it right down the middle, and same way with this one, score it right down the middle. All right, these, you can see that one's got more of a roll to it, and this one's got more of a loaf shape to it. It's just the way I folded them when I was folding them. So I'm going to get these in the oven. Like I said, I've got my oven preheated for 400. They will bake for 30 minutes with that pan of water in there to create steam. And then at 30 minutes, I will pull the pan of water out and then bake them an additional 30 minutes. All right, these are going in. I just pulled the bread out of the oven. As you can see, it's very hot. I can't pick it up with my hand yet. They're too hot. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? And there's a nice crispy bottom. They smell so good. I'm going to get them on the cooling rack to let them start cooling down. I love that spiral. Some of the cheese is melted out right here. That's okay. I'll just put that off. Look at that spiral. This one also. All right. Look at the tops. How that. All right. I'm going to let those sit and cool before we slice into them. Thank you for joining me today, and happy baking.